Hello and welcome back to Gabs. This is another DIY video from when we did our back and side garden. You see in the first image the extension that we fetched down, and the greenhouse and the garage also came down, and just the overgrown mess of the back garden. It was also used as a bit of a compound for when we was doing the house up, and it all needed taking back to scratch and doing all over again, pretty much what we did to the house. So we started with the garage. The garage was pretty much falling down, so it went down on its own. Bit of a fun job that I did on my own. Took a sledgehammer to it and just knocked it about. Just had flags down underneath as a base, so they were easy to remove, and we recycled them, as you'll see later on, into bases for other jobs. So we put a new concrete panel and post fence up to separate from our neighbours. A bit of a washing line put up there, and we started with taking out that footings for the extension, which unveiled the original path underneath. The actual sink drain was underneath that path that had just had a bit of slip run to stop out any concrete running down, which you just see it there. We've piped into the extra drain that was from extension, but yeah, I uncovered that, so there was no need to put a new drain in for our kitchen sink because it was already there. So you see I've laid some flags sideways. That's going to be holding our side garden back because the drive is lower, so we needed to put some decent footings in there to hold that back, and then start on our fence. And that's the finished product of the fence. Pretty standard double-sided fence that I put up there, and then I put a gate on the side. So then you'll see in the next video that I do, there's a 4-car drive going in there with all that front grasses. So we had to completely block up that drain so no muck fell down and block the sewers, and then we went to the side garden. We've put some sleepers down, which is a little bit of a veg patch, but it was a couple of years ago since I did this now, and I'm actually straying away from the veg patch because it's a bit more maintenance than I thought, and it doesn't get the sun. We've sleepered off other sections and put a little stepping on the left hand side to come out the back door, and these are going to be pebbled, wood chip and turfed, as you will see. But it's just I type 2'd and whacked down all the areas that were having pebble. As you can see, they got it nice and level, ready for some bases. That base is for my greenhouse. You can see I've got the turf down as well. We've pebbled the top triangle before we put the turf down, just so we weren't running over turf while it was settling in. And we've got another 2 bases down there. That's for a shed and a Wendy house, and that greenhouse was an absolute nightmare to build, and it's a nightmare in it wind as well. It is rubbish because it's like a perspex rather than glass. I wish I had just bought a glass one. So you see me sheds now up. That were easy enough to build, but it slices your hands all over. And we're setting some more sleepers in there to hold that wood chip back for a little play area. So we had a general tidy up, and we're ready for some pebble in that area. Priorities, we're getting a barbecue, even though the garden's not finished. But this is the finish. Well, just that trellising to put up, but that is pretty much finished from the wood chip, the turf and the pebble. We just need to get some furniture up there. But now comes the main bit of pebble, all round as bases. It continues right up from where the drive is, all the way through the gate, all the way around the back. That was the idea. We have one long stream of pebbles. But look how open that garden is now compared to where it was like with all them edges. So this is the Wendy house that got delivered. That was an absolute nightmare to build. There were no instructions. Look at the amount of screws there. There were bits that didn't make sense, and when we actually finished it, we had pretty much half of another Wendy house left that we think were off somebody else's order. It was an absolute nightmare, but my daughter absolutely loves it, and it is a 2-story window. As you can see, stairs there, went upstairs, and that just needs a lick of waterproof paint to preserve it, and it is finished. So this is a finished area of the side garden. Like, it's just a veg patch. There are a few things needed digging out of that, some rose bushes and stuff, but we've had some magnificent taters out of that. Taters like boulders. You see, we've got some nice furniture in. It's coming along nicely in that garden. Nice furniture. It is lovely down there in a hot summer's day, sat in shade, and up top gets the sun pretty much all day with a nice water feature at back, and it really does it is a great sun trap up there. It's too hot, to be honest. But that's all. Like and subscribe, please.